Hello everyone, today in this video we will refer to some recent events. Yesterday when I was going to work early morning, I was listening to an Indian news channel. Of course I have to calm you down, I do not know neither Hindi nor Punjabi yet. Of course the channel was broadcast in English, that's why I understood its content. So there was a broadcast about refugee crisis in Poland, and that Polish government actually overdid it with taking as a brainless person uh, any number of refugees going through the eastern border, Polish-Ukrainian border to Poland, and offering them really extra privileges, which are much higher than the natives of Poland and citizens of Poland have. For instance, free public transport, benefits for kids, free housing, organized by Polish citizens and also by government, free schooling, free studies, blah blah, and many things. One can even say, why is Polish government so crazy? About the reason of these moves, I was giving my opinion in one of the movies on this channel that is entitled Poland, the largest orphanage in the world. I recommend you to watch it once you have time. But this Indian broadcast I was listening yesterday actually was a nice journalist report on the situation. And the lady, because the lady was the presenter this time, was saying that it's not understood why Polish government is supporting Ukrainians so much, the refugees. So the only explanation that came to the mind of this presenter was that this is typical racism because whiteys are support other whiteys, especially their cousins, but Poland is very reluctant to take refugees of color, which is actually not true, because through this border also many people of color are going through. I mean, the ones especially whom a regime of Alexander Lukashenko took last year with Belavia fleet of planes. So Belarusian National Airlines from the Middle East to induce some border crisis with Poland last year. Now to get rid of them, Lukashenko just waves them through with the wave of Ukrainian refugees. So it's not true. But I can understand this frustrating comment from the Indian presenter, because people who are thinking like sane mind people should think, so rationally thinking, they cannot imagine the reason behind such high acceptance and such extremely well treatment, even much better than the natives of Poland and citizens of Poland, that these Ukrainian, mainly Ukrainian, because not only, as I mentioned, mainly Ukrainian newcomers are encountering in Poland. So I would like to comment on that and help the others to understand the situation. As I told you, I just advise you to look at my recently published movie Poland, the largest orphanage in the world. But now I will tell you that our elite, our politicians, seemingly, and I am really convinced that it's true, they are just doing some sabotage towards Poland, because they are bribed by Western powers and corporations with the promise of great positions after their term is finished in Poland, our politicians and their families. So they are simply just keeping these waves of refugees in Poland, taking away this burden from Western powers, because in 2015 some Western powers were organizing warm welcome to many refugees from Middle East and Central Asia and North Africa, and they almost choked themselves with their political correctness approach, neo-Marxist approach, and the millions of refugees they wanted later forcefully distributed among any other European nations, but not always it worked. But now they just took the lesson from their experience, and they just simply bribed Polish elite, and this Polish pseudo-elite is just keeping these refugees in Poland, and of course bribing them. There are two reasons: taking this burden away from Western countries and hoping from side of Polish pseudo-elite that the good positions after the term in politics is finished will be given to them in some Western organizations or corporations. And there is also a second reason, that some of these politicians who plan to stay in Poland, thanks to giving privileges to Ukrainians, they will have new electorate which will vote for them. So this is 100% political corruption, betrayal of your own voters, of your own or not own people, because they simply give the evidence that they do not feel any connection with Polish nation. So this is the real explanation, and Polish people, especially in comparison to other Westerners, are completely not racist. So I have only one remark to this good broadcast in Indian news channel TFI Global, that Poland is not a racist country, and this move is not motivated by racism, that we like our white brothers, and this is not this politics of Polish government that is completely corrupted. It's not based on any sense of whiteness, because such thing like this doesn't exist actually in the reality. This is completely political corruption and betrayal of your own people. I hope that I explained the issue clearly. All the best, have a nice day. Bye.